Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the most electrifying podcast in sports entertainment. Welcome to the Under the Ring podcast. It's me, your boy, Nana Almas. Yes, me, Kenny. You know I change up the names every now and then. Joining me, the forever IC champ, the man with the beer in his hand, the final Matty. Give it up for Matty Reigns. What's going on, brother?
What is good, everybody? It's Thursday. It's been a long week, but it's been a great week of wrestling. It's basically the wrestling new year, and a lot of fuckery and bullshit has happened in the past 24 hours. And it's not WWE related for once. It's not Vince McMahon related for once, but it's AEW related. But for the most part, it's been a great week. How's your week been going, Kenny?
So far so good, man. I'm just tired as shit from work, but other than that, I feel like this has been a long work week and it's been kicking my ass.
It's the wrestling. It's just like WrestleMania ended and it was like, oh damn, Monday morning. And it's just been like,
right. That's exactly what happened. It's like overexcitement from the weekend, with Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and all of that. You know what I mean? So you excited, like, oh, this wrestling this day, wrestling this day, wrestling this day. Ooh, maybe I can get a chance to sleep. Nope, take your ass to work.
Yeah, that was basically it. And I knew, like, it was like, I took off Friday.
Because I got mad kids, Tito.
It was like, why didn't you take off Monday? I was like, somebody already off on Monday, so I can't take off. I was like, I already knew I was going to be hurting.
Right, I feel you. I am struggling, but you know what? Since we mentioned it, let's do a little Mania recap, as we all know. Shit, we talked about it. Y'all watched it. I feel you, Reggie. What you call it? We've been talking about WrestleMania. If you joined us on Sunday, we did do a brief, quick recap of Saturday. Sunday, we had an actual live streaming of the show. Right. So we pretty much know exactly what happened. The main things that we can pretty much say is Sammy beat Gunther for the IC title. Of course, we know Roman and The Rock beat Seth and Cody. Seth showed up in his Shield gear to die in 20 seconds.
Yeah, that was all
right. Seth literally showed up in his Shield gear to die immediately.
I mean, yeah, that was... We had, Sammy... Multiple new champions, but were they the right victors? I agree with Bayley. It was time for Bayley to get her moment.
Exactly.
She should have won because she should have been. They did right by her, considering she was supposed to be the main event of night one. The Rock showed up, scraped that. She got to be the semi-main event of night two. She was the second to last match of night two. So I'll give them that. They didn't fuck her over. So I agree with her being champion. I honestly feel like Logan Paul should have lost, but considering that Prime was the sponsor and all that other BS, that would be retained. Because I, if it was me, it would have been Randy Orton winning that title. Because what better way to say that he's back than having him win a title at WrestleMania when we didn't even think he would be wrestling again? So,
exactly. I agree with you on that one. Of course, because Logan Paul was the sponsor, we knew he was going to win. But Randy Orton or KO, in my opinion, would have been a much better win. And it only has to do with it's not anything against Logan Paul as a wrestler, because as we can see, once the bell rings, that boy gets it on in the ring. So I ain't got no complaints about him being a wrestler. My only complaint is the fact that he's not. You're not gonna like what I got to say in a little bit, so
dang, why I gotta be a booty bitch?
You ain't gonna like what I got to say in a little bit, but Yikes. That's the nothing against Logan Paul as far as like his actual wrestling skills. My only thing against Logan Paul is his work schedule. That's why I felt like having Randy or KO win the belt would have been a little bit more because it's the secondary title. It's the workhorse title. We don't expect to see the world championship or the universe or the undisputed WWE championship, what you call it, defended every week or something like that. But the IC and the US titles, those are belts that we consider our TV titles.
Right.
I mean? So the fact that Logan Paul isn't someone who's going to be on our TV wrestling every week is the main reason why. Oh, that's me.
Greg hates him. Greg hates him. He blames me for Prime being so popular. Prime is good though, so make sure y'all get y'all son.
What you call it? Now, as far as the Gunther and Sammy match, great match. Wrong person in the match with Gunther. So because I feel the wrong person was in the match with Gunther, I feel that was the wrong outcome. The main reason why I say that is Sammy is already over. Sammy has already been an IC champ. Sammy is literally probably the biggest face in the company. There was no reason for him to be Gunther. The better story, in my opinion, is Chad Gable. That would have been the better story. That would have made the bigger moment. And what you call it?
They already missed their moment, I feel like, with Gable. Like that. Because, like, even I was with you, and then Greg brought up the whole point of, well, Gable already lost to him 3 times already. And I'm like, well, damn, they should have took. If he hadn't lost to him 3 times already, I'd be like, damn, he could at least get another shot. But now that Sammy is the champion, it's like, will he win the title? Earlier this week, I was saying, like, oh, this just means in 2024, Chad Gable is going to be, he's going to be a singles champion. But I was listening to a podcast. They were like interviewing LA Knight, and even he said at one point, somebody was telling him backstage, like, oh man, you're so over. They love you out there. And he almost he snapped on them like, what the fuck you mean I'm over? He was like, tell that to them back here. Tell that to Triple H. Because yeah, they all loving me, but I ain't doing nothing. You see, ain't nothing happening with me. And that's what he said it got to the point where he was getting scared that they were going to miss his moment. Because look at him, he got his WrestleMania spot. Like, look how close, like just a few months ago, he was the hottest thing, and then The Rock showed up and everybody kind of fell to the wayside. He's lucky to still get that WrestleMania spot. He got the win, so that tells you, okay, they still have some type of confidence in him. Gable, I feel like they've missed it with him now. I don't think people, besides like me, you, the hardcore fans, I don't think nobody's going to care about him now. Alpha Academy is...
They're not. They're not. Like, him beating Sammy is like a fucking joke right now. Like,
don't mean nothing. He's going to have to turn super heel.
And then on top of that, like, this whole story is Gable taking down this monster. Sammy is so goddamn believable as a losing champ that it doesn't mean anything when Sammy loses a belt. It really doesn't. It's like, yeah, well, you kind of expect to see him lose a belt or something like that. And that's, I mean, not like I said, not to take anything away from Sammy, but with something like that, with something like Chad Gable going for his story the same way, like we'll bring up later, they made Roman Thanos and when Cody won, how they had everybody like out there like, oh, ding dong, the rich is dead. That's how they built Gunther up. And the story with Chad Gable was that much more. You know what I mean? Yeah. How many times, like, let's be realistic. It's getting kind of tiresome with Sammy always being the underdog.
I mean,
always being
never gonna be he's never gonna be like the favorite. He's never gonna be the favorite. He's always gonna be the underdog that's scrappy and all that. KO is just gonna be like KO is an underdog at times, but we know that he's gonna get it out the mud. Like that's the difference. You know, like KO is, we know he's about that life. Sammy, I mean, like with me, like my whole thing with Sammy was I just didn't see it. I just had the wool over my eyes and continue to kind of have it over him. I just don't understand the point of, all right, last year he beat the Usos, and then this year he's winning. Like, all right, now, like I understand y'all trying to signify that this is a new era, but like looking back at this, like looking at it as if it is the WF golden era, y'all are making him out like he is like he's gonna be up there with like Randy Macho Man Savage and Tito Santana, the way he is like back to back WrestleMania type of stuff now. And
yeah.
Okay. Like I like Sammy, ain't nothing against him. I just have to see what the end result is gonna be. I'm complaining right now, and it's because the ride is new. We're used to Gunther. We're used to a heel champion. Now we have a happy-go-lucky, smiling, scrappy champion, and it's like, I guess.
Yeah, like you gotta be at this day and age, the way everybody is with their superstars and stuff like that. Crowds are more drawn to heels because of the things that they're pretty much allowed to say on the mic, which is now giving a more reality based promo. And if you notice, heel movesets are usually a little bit better than what face movesets are. So we get to see, oh, he did this to him. Oh, he's doing that to him. Oh, he's doing that. And it's kind of Sammy kind of has the Seth syndrome. They're great chasing the belt, but when they get the belt, it's like,
It ain't even that. It's just like, I don't know what it is. It ain't even that he's like, I just am like, he needs to be with me. He doesn't need to be in the title picture. He should have been losing. He shouldn't have been winning this. If y'all wanted him to win, they could have had him win at Backlash. But oh well.
Hold on, Matt. Look, all right, and then we get okay. So for all of you in the chat, you've been wondering, you've been wanting to know, you've been talking crap with each other. Just to let you know, the chat predictions champion is not even on the show right now. The chat predictions champion, once again, coming out of the blue, is Kanisha. So, Cookies, nigga, you lost. Batty, you fucking lost. Damn, Reggie. Reggie, you were close. Reggie, you was close. I think Kanisha edged you out on a tiebreaker. I think that's how she got you. All right? I think that's how she got you. Cookies, I think you may have came in last, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn.
I think you may have came in last. Hey, Reggie, you want to know how fucked up it is? I literally lost due to the Roman versus fucking Cody match to Mike. I had Roman, Mike had Cody. That was literally the difference. But yeah, Reggie, you lost in tiebreakers. Batty, no champion. Cookies, no champion. Don't know what to tell you. Oh, now it's Queen Stay winning. You shut up, you bum.
But I'll wait to see on Sammy. We just gotta wait to see how it plays out. I'm mad that Chad Gable it's gonna be Chad Gable versus Sammy on this Monday. So we already know Chad Gable losing. So
pretty much.
So that's why I'm just like, this
and right, and they're gonna lose, and this is when where they're gonna turn Chad heel too.
Oh yeah,
like they missed every moment. The last match that Gunther and Gable had, where his daughter cried or whatever, or he was trying to get back for his daughter crying, that should have been the Mania match. The like Chad was like, "You made my daughter cry, so I need to get back at you." Excuse me. The get back at Gunther match should have been the Mania match. They should have never had the match the very next week or anything like that. It should have been.
That's the bad part. Like, if they were going to have Chad Gable go 0 for 3 again.
Oh, here this bitch ass motherfucker go right here. Yo,
if they were going to have him go 0 for 3, they should have had him go lose that third match at Mania. And then I don't know. That's why I told like we said earlier in the week, it's gonna be a learning experience trying to learn the tendencies and the booking style of Triple H.
Yo, what the fuck is with everybody's alliance to this motherfucker, yo? This nigga don't never be on this motherfucker. Comes on once in a fucking blue and y'all fucking alliance with him. I'm the one, and y'all stay talking shit to me. Before I even get a chance to talk shit to y'all pop off on me. You know what? All right.
I'm about to start showing up super late. I don't even get no welcome like that. Dang. Y'all see me every day.
First of all, Champ is here. Throw them ones up. I'm gonna get my shit.
Thank you, Daddy. Thank you.
Secondly,
what? What?
And that is why I am the forever people's champion.
What? What?
First off,
you punk ass motherfucking baddie. We fucking how many fucking times have we actually tried to do some nice shit for your punk ass and you got the nerve to call people bitch niggas? Oh, get the fuck out of here. Motherfucker, we even tried to give your punk bitch ass some fucking merch for fucking winning and you got the nerve to call somebody a bitch nigga? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, motherfuck you, nigga.
Mr. WrestleMania is here. Mike Champ is here. First off, shout out to the Nigga World Order podcast. Yeah. Secondly, shout out to the rest of UTR. What's going on, Batty? What's going on, Cookies?
Nah, she don't get no fucking shout out no more. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Perfect. Yeah, who else on this? Click.
They hate us, Reggie. They hate us. They hate the salt and pepper. That's what it is. The salt and pepper throw them off, and they hate it. I don't know why, Reggie.
I know one thing. Damn, it feels good
to be champ.
Damn, it feels good to be champ. I want.
Yeah, We ain't doing that. Fuck you.
I want that shit out.
Boo! Treating your ass like Dominic. Treating your ass like Dominic. That's what we fuck.
Damn it! I will talk through the jeers.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't.
It is iteration. Hey, You see this hateration and this dancery? You see it, UTR? It's all good, baby. Your champion is here.
Shit.
Let me see.
You ain't said
I
nothing
don't
but a
believe
word, Negro.
Ass.
Oh, yes, Mongo is okay, folks. Just to let you know, our boy Mongo, the man behind the boards, he is home resting, watching us make a complete mockery of the show right now, talking shit to us in the others, talking shit to us in the chat. So Mongo is definitely home and well. He does thank y'all for your well wishes, your prayers, all the positive energy that you have sent his way. Of course, UTR fans, we know you watch just for him. Not for us. We already know that. But yes, Mongo appreciates all the love that you guys have sent him. He is doing quite all right. Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what's going on right now. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. But Mike, before you got on, we were talking about how they missed the opportunity with Chad Gable and having Sammy win. And me and Matt both were saying, like, once Gable wins now, no one is going to give a shit.
Like, because LA Knight had brought up a point on a podcast I was listening to, how he was basically worried that WWE would miss the moment on giving him his shot. Like, because you see how he blew up and then he kind of like died off, and then the Rockin' showed up. And you almost have to think, like, did they miss pushing me? Are they not going to do nothing with me now? So it's like, I low-key feel like they've missed their moment with Chad Gable. Like, I'm low-key not going to care.
Yeah. It's sad that they had
Exactly, Cookies. They didn't give two shits about Gable on Monday. And that would have not been the case if he would have been the one at Mania. Because win or lose, if he'd have been the one at Mania, he'd have put on the show and that crowd would have popped for him on Monday. But like you said, Monday, they gave no shits about him being there. None.
Go ahead, Mike.
It's sad because, first of all, Sammy had his moment last year.
Yeah.
With him and KO beating the Usos. That was his WrestleMania moment last year. So he did not need another WrestleMania fucking moment. And with Gable, it's so sad because for the past year and a half, basically 2 years now, he has built himself. First of all, he put on banger match after banger match every week while losing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He was putting on stellar matches every single Monday night, losing. He got over with the shoes, please. He got it over as a heel. Then he got it over as a tweener. And now it's like, okay, when is this dude finally going to get his moment? When?
Right.
And you overcast that by having Sammy beat Sammy Balboa. It's like, we did not need that. We did not need Sammy to be Rocky Balboa.
It literally, the whole storyline with Sammy and Gable, like I said, was literally Rocky 3. They literally dubbed Gunther as Clubber Lane, the champ that was beating the shit out of everybody. Gable told Sammy, you can't beat him. The same way Apollo pretty much told Rocky, yo, if you want to, you ain't gonna be able to beat him unless I show you how to beat him. Exactly. And what happened? Gable showed him how to beat him, and he won. It literally was the whole Rocky 3 scenario. And it's like you said, it like Cookies brought up, there was no love for Gable. And what you call it?
That's why I said they missed their moment. They've already missed it. They're gonna have to rebuild.
And then what do you think is going to happen with this? They're in Montreal, right? Like they're supposed to have them.
He's definitely losing.
Yeah, Sammy ain't losing in Montreal, his hometown.
Exactly. And if he does,
Sammy losing. He said the last time I wrestled in front of those people, I lost. This is now I get to redeem myself in front of them. I'm like, oh yeah, Gable, you done. They about to. If you are already done, you well done. You about to you're gonna have to get recooked. You raw. You basically raw again. You got to get recooked, reheated, and everything in this new wrestling year. Because he's basically got to start over at step one again.
And the thing about it is, it's like, if they do decide to let Chad Gable win, it definitely can't be as a fucking face because the amount of booze and shit he's gonna get for winning in Montreal, he's gonna have to do some extra dirty shit to cheat. And like it's not fair to Gable. The fact that look how hard that man has had to work. That man literally had to rebuild the Alpha Academy because his partner can't wrestle anymore.
I
Like,
mean, he's been having to reinvent himself since well, there go our predictions champion right there, the viewers champion.
hey, Kanisha, you are the champ.
The bad part about with Chad Gable is he's always been an afterthought. He's been on his own from the moment they decided they've had their eye on Jason Jordan the whole time. Then he got hurt. Right. He reinvented himself with Robert Roode. He reinvented himself with Sheldon Benjamin. He almost won King of the Ring as Shorty G, and then he lost that. Then he got Alpha Academy after they discovered they were done with Otis. After Vince said he was done with Otis, and I mean Triple H. Thank God Triple H is there, but I really feel like they have missed their moment with Chad Gable to the point now that they're going to have to spend more. They're going to if he's going to be winning the IC title, I feel like it probably is going to have to be at SummerSlam. That's in Cleveland. So from now to August, they got to do whatever it takes if they want to get. Because as far as I'm concerned, that's a good enough title reign from now to August or July, whenever the hell they have SummerSlam. That is a good long enough title reign for Sammy. Or if they want to make it shorter, so be it. But from now till August, between now and whenever they want to pull that trigger on Gable, they need to be doing something to get that started because he ain't looking that great. But there's some other folks that as we go through, we probably go along and notice that some other folks that ain't really on a good starting off on a good foot either.
You know what's so frustrating? You know what's so frustrating about this? When you look at this storyline, it's so fucking cheesy. Like the only reason why they did this storyline was because WrestleMania was in Philly.
Yeah, that was literally it was literally a Rocky story, and they had to do it. Like they had Sammy as the ultimate baby face. Like if Daniel Bryan was still in the company, that would have been something they probably would have had him do.
Right. But it's so cheesy. Like that's what takes me off about this entire ordeal. Like you gave up, you sacrificed someone who has busted his ass for the past two plus years to get to this point for a cheesy storyline. For someone, like I said earlier, who had their Mania moment last year. He had his moment last year.
That was my whole thing. I just didn't see him winning another title. Not another title. That too. I just didn't see him being in another prominent WrestleMania spot the next year. Because KO didn't win his match, but at the Sammy one, that man, I said, I really hope y'all not about to sit up here and try and do the Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit montage of these two being best friends, and they're both the workhorse champions. And I'm like, that's gonna be real corny, because that's just dumb. And that's why I'm like, that needs to be. If y'all have KO win, that's dumber than having Logan Paul win, because Logan Paul either needs to win or Randy Orton needs to win. They had Logan Paul win, and I understand why, because of the branding and all that. That was cool. Bailey was cool. The tag champions, I'm fine with A-Town Down Under being the SmackDown tag team champions. I'm just glad the titles are split. Awesome Truth, I like the story for them. Again, I'm just happy that the tag titles are split, so each brand can tell stories now with their tag divisions instead of you having the same team go back and forth on two shows.
And you know what's so? You know another thing that's so frustrating. Just to stay on Gable and Sammy for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Gable had the actual feud with Gunther. He had the actual feud. Sammy basically was like, "Oh, I'll have to find my way to WrestleMania." And then here comes Gunther. Gunther just so happens to show up right behind him. And Sammy's like, "Oh, I think I found my way." So at that point, you totally dismissed the build with Gable trying to get his big back with Gunther. Gable was the one that had the feud with Gunther.
They distracted us with Gable and slid Sammy in there and was like, Sammy is the person we should have been focused on. And I'm like,
They
I don't
bebop Sammy ass into the middle of the feud without us knowing. We whopped his ass. That's what happened.
They put Sammy in there. They had Gable take all of our attention, and then they brought that gauntlet in and was like, "Yeah, y'all want Gable? Too bad. Y'all gonna sit here and watch Sammy. We're gonna get y'all Gable last and get y'all's hopes up, thinking Gable gonna do something, and all Gable do is come out last to lose."
And I hope, and this is the second year in a row that they've done this. They basically gave Sammy the Seth story. Oh, I have to find my way to WrestleMania. I gotta find my path to WrestleMania. I hope this isn't an every year occurrence from now on, where somebody just has to find their way to WrestleMania and it winds up hindering someone else who actually deserves the media moment. I hope that isn't the case.
I mean, they used Seth when Seth was trying to get his way to WrestleMania. He had Cody debut on that ass, and
but at least that feud didn't have a title involved,
right?
Yeah.
At least that feud didn't have a title involved. It wasn't like I said, Sammy is already over. There's no reason for somebody that's already over to be the one to stop a record-breaking reign from a monster that no one has been able to beat since he came to the main roster. Like, this is the way that you choose to have Gunther lose. And I'm being honest, Sammy didn't even whip Gunther's ass as bad as what Gable did in those other matches. Like, Gable really pushed Gunther. Gunther beat himself. It was that one move. That one move is what got Sammy over. Gunther whipped his ass the entire match until that goddamn brain buster.
Yeah, and Cookies brings up a good point because we basically done with the WrestleMania. I mean, with night one for a lot of the new champion stuff. I'm fine with that. Like with a lot of that, but that's a good point, Cookies. They just need to put the Battle Royal back on Mania. They need to stop trying to make SmackDown something the night before and putting the Battle Royal on there. There's no point in that. Make the Battle Royal, put it on WrestleMania. That would have meant something more instead of having Bronson Reed win on a Friday. Let him win at WrestleMania in front of everybody.
That's what happened originally. It was originally a Mania moment. They took that shit away. Just make Friday SmackDown the Hall of Fame show. That way you'll get a ton more viewers because, let's be realistic, the only reason why they got viewers this Friday night for that Hall of Fame show was because it was kind of cold outside. Mm-hmm. If it was warm like the way it was Saturday or Sunday, they would have gotten absolutely no viewers for that 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock on a Friday night, people are either extremely tired from being at work all week or they're heading out.
Right.
So they get real lucky with putting the Hall of Fame on at 10 o'clock on a Friday. We already said the main reason why SmackDown works 8 p.m. on a Friday is because that's that time right before people, like I said, either they're extremely tired from work, so right before they go to sleep, they just turn on the TV and SmackDown is on, or while they're getting ready to leave the house at 10 o'clock, SmackDown is on playing in the background while they're getting ready. That's how that 8 o'clock slot works perfectly for them on Friday night. You put the Hall of Fame there, you're going to get a ton of views for it. You're going to get a ton of views for it. Put that on at the 8 o'clock Friday night SmackDown. Friday night SmackDown Hall of Fame. Boom. There you go. And then, like y'all said, throw that memorial on. Throw the memorial on in the pre-show if you have to, like you did before.
Mhm.
That way, that winner gets their WrestleMania moment. Like Cookie said, Sammy could have won that battle royal. We wouldn't be having this discussion right now.
Exactly, and that can get the crowd. That can get the crowd up, fired up. That can get everybody ready for the main card.
Like, let's be realistic. It's WrestleMania. You're expecting some wild things to happen. You're expecting somebody to jump off a ladder or something like that, or to do something wild. Why not have it done in a fucking battle royal?
Right.
Why not have it done in a battle royal?
Yeah,
You sit
make
there.
that fucking Andre the Giant memorial chip trophy, whatever the fuck. Make it mean something.
They tried. They had it meaning something, and then they took it off of WrestleMania, and nobody has gave a damn. They got it on Bronson Reed now, and they're trying to. He's swearing that he's gonna make it mean something now. So
Gonna make it mean something like what?
Right.
They haven't made that's the other problem with that battle royal. And then we'll move on to night 2. They haven't made that battle royal mean anything since day one of winning it. Because wasn't like Cesaro the first person to win it? We thought, oh, this is going to be Cesaro's, push momentum to get to the top. Nope.
Yeah, that's basically it. All. As soon as like after Cesaro, then had like Madcap Moss won last year. We had broken Matt Hardy win it. Like they made sure to tell us,
I think you said it either last week or the week before. They pretty much made the Andre Memorial Battle Royal the 24/7 championship. Any and everybody can win that shit.
Pretty much.
I mean, it's essentially the equivalent of it.
Pretty much.
It don't mean anything anymore. It don't. I mean, the 24/7 title didn't mean anything, and they essentially have made the Battle Royal because I mean, back then during that time, Battle Royals were exciting. Now, the only time we get excited for a Battle Royal is unless it's called the Royal Rumble or unless they're doing something else that consists of it being a number one contender match. That's the only time we care about Battle Royals.
Actually, you know what?
I feel like it's just like Triple H or whoever. Just like either Triple H is going to try and rebuild it to mean something, or he's about to just get rid of it altogether, slowly but surely.
Actually, you know what? It's actually, I can't even say it's on the same wavelength as the 24/7 title. At least with the 24/7 title, we saw that shit weekly, and it was entertaining. It was entertaining. Andre the Giant Memorial.
Right.
After that Friday, and next couple 2, 3, 4 weeks following, after that, you don't talk about that no more until the next Mania. You don't talk about it.
I got an idea. How about
it's really
this?
obsolete.
I got an idea. How about this? Get rid of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Bring back the King of the Ring tournament. Put the finals of the King of the Ring tournament on WrestleMania. And that way that person can have a fucking WrestleMania moment.
Mm-hmm. And a title shot, future title shot.
But now they got the speed belt, but that's only on Twitter. So that's basically the Twitter championship. I mean, they could do that, but then the Saudis are missing out on their show because Saudi Arabia is getting King and Queen of the Ring. That's the new Saudi show in May.
Yeah, and they ain't giving that up.
They're gonna get them some other pay-per-view.
How many more years is left on? How many more years is left on that contract? Because I know it was a 10-year what you call it with the Saudis.
We should be
like
right. We should be able
to extend it. Them people will probably extend that deal.
Yeah, we should at least be the halfway point.
I'm thinking we either on like year 5 or 6 with that deal. I don't know if they'll extend it because that was heavily a Vince thing. Oh,
it was expanded in 2019. It was expanded to through 2027.
Okay,
so they have
3 more years at least.
2 large-scale events in the country per year in either Riyadh or Jeddah.
That's the thing. They got to go there twice.
Yeah.
Yep. One and basically what is for they holidays. So one in the springtime May.
fall.
One randomly, whatever, like they have a spurt date other holiday. It's like October or something.
Let's get to night 2 because we spent almost 45 minutes on night. Night
Well,
2
night 2 ain't gonna be long because we already know what happened. We was live for night 2. Y'all was watching with us. Night 2, y'all saw Drew versus Seth. Seth got that ass beat. Drew won. Drew decided to
talk shit.
CM Punk face. CM Punk beat that ass. Damian Priest came out there, cashed in on him, and now we got bisexual Undertaker.
Okay.
Heavyweight champion.
I'm glad you called him that. But that's the thing. Like we are like jokes with fans have been calling him bisexual Undertaker and shit like that. Like Matt's been calling him, we've been calling him that. Other people on Twitter been calling that because of the little bondage gear and shit like that. Rhea Ripley called him that.
Cause she be in this shit. All of us be out here.
Rhea Ripley called him that. Like
somebody said on Twitter, y'all be talking crazy about these folks on here. And y'all be acting like they don't go on here and be like, that, type in their name. And be like, oh, that's such and such talking about me again. That's such and such talking about me again. And then you wonder why they randomly pop up under you when you comment like, oh shit, they commented. Yeah, because you either at them or you keep talking about them. You ain't got their attention. Mm-hmm. So
mommy stays on Twitter.
Right. Oh yeah, she stays on Twitter. That's for. But I'm just laughing at the fact that shit. This man even had bisexual Undertaker, and it was like what? Like what?
Cookies knows what she mean. She said the Undertaker was serving cunt, hunty.
I get it too. Like, I just find it funny how like the whole focus at one point was everybody was talking about Finn with all of his dick shots and how he was doing it for the community. He was doing it for the community. But yet here we go. Damian Priest snuck in and said, "Pizzow, bitches, I'm here." Like, that's the shit that gets me. Like everybody, like they pulled all smoke and mirrors on us. Had everybody focused on Finn.
Damian Priest is like, who started this? Why is everybody calling me this? It started because some person on Twitter saw him like when he was in Judgment. Obviously, he's in Judgment Day, but he has his arm around Finn and Rhea, and he has on the purple dress shirt, and it's unbuttoned. His hair is down. He already got a chain, so the chain is out. And somebody was like, "Man, he looked like Undertaker if he was in a romantic love story." So somebody was like, "Oh, he's bisexual Undertaker."
I'm not gonna lie, Priest does look like. How about you purify yourselves in the waters
of Lake Minnetonka?
Like, who is this Prince Undertaker dude?
The only issue
because he got on purple and he tall like Undertaker, so he Prince Taker. Well, who is he? Romantic love story Undertaker.
The only issue I got with Damian Priest is as much money as this boy got now, and him being from New York City, I know he can find some Africans to do his fucking extensions better than what he be coming out in. I know he can. Like, bro, you ain't got to go far. You can go on 125th and find about 18 different shops right there. Just the minute you get off the train. I'm just tired of him coming with the homemade yarn weave, like his little sister did it in the back in the living room. Like, bro, go to a salon and get it professionally done. Like, I don't care that you wearing this shit. If you gonna wear this shit, wear it. Motherfucker look like a goddamn rainbow predator at WrestleMania. Like, come on, man, get your shit together. Get your shit together.
We had Bobby Lashley, Bishop Bobby, and the Prophets, and B-Fab. defeat the Final Testament in 8 minutes and 35 seconds. The best spot of that match was they added on Bubba Ray Dudley as the special guest referee, so we knew fuckery was abound, and it was. We had a what's up headbutt, whoop-de-doo. Then we got LA Knight defeating AJ Styles. That was a good match. LA Knight got his WrestleMania moment, so
I'm not going.
Hold on. That Bobby Lashley and what you call the match was only 8 minutes. It seemed a lot longer than that.
It did. It really did, but it wasn't.
Reggie, yes. I'm gonna need Snoop and Pat McAfee on commentary together at all times. I'm gonna need that combo at all times because my man Snoop. Go ahead, Bobby. Get him, Bobby. Why you hitting him like that, Bobby? Snoop had me crying. And then Pat adding on to everything Snoop said had me. Hey, I need Pat and Snoop. Pat, Snoop, and Book. I need them three together. You know what? And throw in Graves. Because Graves be talking hot shit.
Well, Graves don't do that no more. Graves is the play-by-play guy. He's just straight up play-by-play now.
Oh, I want to bring up one thing that I've been seeing circulating a lot, and I'm bringing it up because this person had a very big role within WrestleMania. Since when did we give a real shit about the ring announcers? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
That's just most of the people out that's speaking out about that are just white men. That's just that's just white men being racist towards Samantha Irvin at this point.
Like I'm being honest. It's the ring announcer. Unless your name honestly was like Michael Buffer, you know, or Jimmy Lennon, what you call? Unless you're like a boxing announcer, the announcers for wrestling weren't really that important. Shane McMahon had his announcer with the best in the world that we loved. You know, that was it. But other than that,
Howard Finkel, he was the best ring announcer. He was the only ring announcer we knew for the longest.
Right,
like Lillian Garcia and Tony Chimmel for that little time period, and the guy that was for Shane McMahon. But
the way that the hate is going out on Samantha Irvin is
because she's
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like you said, man, it's honestly because she's black and the fact that she's fine. Y'all are really mad that she's not giving
black. They see that.
Y'all are really mad that y'all are really mad that she is out here giving Rico the ass and not y'all. That's what this shit is about. Like,
I don't even think it's that. They just hate the fact that they think that she's putting on. They think that she's over. The complaints are she's putting on. She's faking. Oh, it ain't that serious.
Okay. Check this out. Check this out. How about this? Everybody that has something to say about what she's doing, until one of the people that she is announcing has an issue with what she is doing, how about y'all shut the fuck up and watch wrestling? How about that?
Everybody else has told them. The people that are complaining about it, nobody cares. Like nobody cares.
Fucking Brian Hefner, the fucking old ass ref, got nerve to say some dumb shit. Like, bro.
Well, let's be like Brian Hefner. That's why.
Let's be serious, Hefner. Your claim to fame is the fact that you had a twin brother and y'all had that one moment where y'all screwed over fucking Hope.
No, that's Earl Hebner.
That's Earl. There's the what you call it?
Yeah, Brian Hebner.
But regardless, look at the claim to fame. One particular fucking moment. Yo, my whole thing is this: like, people get mad when people especially get mad when she announces Gunther. They especially get mad when she announces Gunther.
They ain't Gunther. They hate the way that she specializes everybody's stuff. They feel like everybody should get a standard announcement.
And that's the point that I was going to bring up, Matt. They hate the fact that she has added a new element to announcing. She's
That's
actually
all
taking
that
the
is.
time to be creative and fit how she's announcing each character with their character. That makes sense.
Exactly.
Oh, and
Exactly.
I don't. There's no problem to it. I like before a lot of folks started even praising her, just because I focus a lot. I like the presentation. I focus on presentation and how stuff should look. WWE's presentation has always been lacking because the stuff I see on NFL and ESPN and all these other sports leagues, the only time I see that type of presentation on WWE would be in the video game because they were sorely lacking behind. They've blown it out the water in the last 3 months ever since Kevin Dunn has left with all these angles and everything. Samantha Urban has been the one. She was the one bright spot during all that because saying the way she would say Gunther's name, that's how his name should be pronounced. If we were in Europe, that's how they would say his name.
That's how fucking Ludwig says his name.
Like that's how
his own boy says his name like that.
If just reading comic books and seeing Captain America fight the Nazis, I mean, that's how they talk. Seeing Indiana Jones fight the Nazis, that's how they talk. So I'm just saying, she's just giving him his proper respect. Chelsea Green is a Valley girl, a Barbie. She's a Valley girl, so of course she's Chelsea Green. When it's Tiffany Stratton, it's Barbie. It's almost the same inflection, but she has to lower it just a little bit. It's Tiffany Stratton. It's like everybody has a little bit. She can put a little bit of stank on everybody's name if the gimmick needs it. Like if the gimmick brings it forth, it honestly makes sense for her to put that little extra stank on it.
And then they talk about why is she getting emotional. She's on the road with these folks for these shows. She's out there doing this shit with them. So she's invested. She's invested in the fucking stories, yo. You think these people aren't her fucking besides Ricochet being her fiance or her husband? I don't know if they got married just as of yet. Besides that,
and they're still engaged.
Like she has made genuine friends with these people. So,
oh God,
when they win, she's genuinely happy for them. How can you be mad at somebody having genuine feelings?
It ain't even getting emotional for Cody. It's that the fans can get emotional, but the ring announcer can't. Like that whole story. Like, why are they getting mad? You ain't even heard us talk about Samantha Irvin getting on our nerves. We talked about them having a whole extra 20 minutes that we didn't need to sit through with Cody bringing everybody besides Dusty out to say thank you and to show that he is the new era, the new king of the era, whatever the hell they want to call. I didn't need all that. But Samantha crying, announcing him was too much. Like, I know the dude is the new guy. I've seen numerous torches been passed now. I've seen it go from Stone Cold to Kurt Angle to Triple H, to John Cena, Randy Orton, all these people. Roman Reigns, it's still Roman. Roman is still the guy. It's just Cody is the new guy to lead them through this new era because Roman he's reached God mode. He is legend status now. He is Cena.
He's forever. He is forever.
Speaking of Cena, let's get to this main match.
Yeah, the main event was 30. Because I already had before we had got to.
I just want to say one thing.
People being racist.
Real quick, and then we'll go to the main event. The greatest announcer of all time endorsed Samantha Urban. Michael Buffer said it on Twitter. He appreciated that moment.
I don't think Howard Finkel would have her announcing if he was still alive.
He appreciated that moment that she showed emotion and big up WWE for showing that cinematic side of things with her showing emotion like that. Because mind you,
he used to do WCW.
She don't know the results. The only people that really know the results of these matches are the wrestlers. That's it. So she had a legit, genuine moment. And for the GOAT of announcing to give her props and to give WWE props, the rest of y'all can shut the fuck up. Now we can get to the main event.
Well, we gotta go through Logan Paul. Well, we already talked about that earlier. Bailey defeats Io Sky in 14 and a half minutes to beat her for the women's championship.
Good ass match. Ladies and gentlemen, even in this loss, Io Sky deserves her fucking flowers.
She's good.
Io Sky is fucking good, ladies and gentlemen. She really is good. I don't want to say it like this because I don't think of this woman as old, considering the fact that we're the same goddamn age. So I damn sure don't think of her as old. She is a younger version of Asuka. She is a younger version of Asuka. She is what Asuka was when she first came into NXT. Io is there, folks. Like, she's gonna be around for a while, and bravo to her. Bravo.
She's incredible. Like, that woman is incredible.
And low key, she still probably has my favorite music out right now out of almost all the wrestlers, yo. I can't lie. That doom doom doom.
That whole entrance is fire. That's one of my favorite entrances.
Yeah, she had the great New Japan Pro Wrestling entrance where it was just her little person doing this it was just her doing this a bunch of times.
Yeah.
That is a straight up New Japan entrance. And now, what is probably the greatest main event in WrestleMania history. I've been watching wrestling since WrestleMania 15, so happy 25 years for me.
Happy 40 years. Happy 40 years for me. I've been watching since WrestleMania.
Yeah, my WrestleMania event was Rock on one night, Rock versus Austin, and now WrestleMania is 2 nights, and The Rock was there once again, but this time he was just in there for fuckery. Cody Rhodes defeats Roman Reigns in 33 minutes and 23 seconds to win the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Cody finished the story. This was a great ass match that literally celebrated. I mean, if they could have gotten Hulk Hogan to do something and it made sense.
You know what, Matt? Now that you mentioned it and you said it like that. Now that you mentioned it and you said it that way, that match literally was WWE past, present, and future. That match literally was that. And the reason why we're saying that, it definitely 100% is due to everybody that popped out. Of course, you had Usos pop out. Yeah, Jimmy popping out to try to finally stop Cody. That didn't work. Jay came out.
The expected fuckery was the bloodline.
Right. The expected people. Right. Even though we didn't get 2 people that we were all hoping to get. We were all hoping that Jacob and Tama would show up, but that did not happen. What we did get though is The Rock dressed as Elvis for some reason.
The final boss popped up and
as Elvis.
He tried to get his fuckery in here, his final boss fuckery, and then as soon as I hear that, here comes here he comes in that ball flying down that ramp, and we get the face off that tells me, damn, I'm old, because it was just WrestleMania 29, where it was once in a lifetime, and them niggas lied because it was twice in a lifetime.
Right.
Next year, y'all fought twice, but they faced off like, yeah, y'all remember when this happened? Y'all remember this? These niggas old now. And then that happened. And then right when we think Rock is gonna get the upper hand, everybody kept saying, man, if we hear that glass shatter, I'm a faint. All that, guess what? Y'all ain't hear no glass shatter because that glass shatter wanted to hear that paper fall. So he ain't show up. But y'all heard the brokest dead man of all time.
Now you heard that gong.
Baby.
You heard that gong. Gong.
The Undertaker here. Why is the Undertaker here? It makes sense for the Undertaker to be there. The Undertaker is the locker room leader.
Side note, I just turned to WWE Network on the Fire Stick, and our man Thunderbolt Patterson is on the screen.
Oh shit, folks! If you did not see the Hall of Fame ceremony, first and foremost, go back and watch Paul Heyman's speech. Watch Roman inducting him. Paul Heyman's speech.
Just rewatch it so y'all can see this man's teeth fall out. That's all.
And then go to church with my man Uncle Ruckus, Thunderbolt Patterson. Watch this man teeth fall out. Watch him set us back 30 years. Watch him just be old and ignorant. Watch this old man be old and ignorant.
I mean, he was talking good until his teeth tried to backfire on him.
His teeth backfired on him because he told us to stop trying to play the race card. Like, Negro, if you don't, that's another story, another podcast. Right. Another story, another podcast.
After Undertaker shows up, he choke slams Rock straight to hell, and then Rock and Undertaker both disappear. And right when we think Reigns is about to finally make all the Cody crybabies cry one more again, we hear the greatest
question.
What?
How did Cody get so strong in life he can stop a spear coming at him full speed without a knee or nothing, just like a bull, just here comes that crossroads.
In disbelief.
When did that happen? When did he become like Superman and can stop a spear coming full steam?
Because it's WrestleMania.
Okay. You got me.
And right when we think Cody about to lose, we hear the Shield theme hit. Shield, Seth Rollins comes out with the blonde streak, dies. Takes a chair shot because Roman, that's Roman's weakness. That is Roman's weakness at the end of the day. If he hears that music and he sees Seth in that Shield gear and he sees that blonde streak and he got a chair in his hand, he wants that lick back. He don't care what it costs him. He's getting that lick back, and it cost him the ultimate prize this time because he might have murdered. Seth Rollins got to live for 20 more seconds. That was the equivalent of a Thanos snap. That man got snapped, and all that snap was long enough for Cody to crossroad him a gazillion times to get the pin and finish this damn story and get this shit over with.
I don't know too much. I mean, granted, I have an ass load of fucking daughters and shit like that. So I know a little bit about hair. But Seth dyed his fucking hair from the first match to the last match. Because he didn't have that blonde streak against Drew.
He probably already had it blonde. He had it some temporary dark dye. And then once that match was over with, he got it done. But we don't know what they do back there and what type of secrets they can do to have him get that blonde streak to activate fairly quickly or be temporary.
Listen,
there's a lot of time between 7 o'clock and basically midnight.
Sprinkle some crack.
He had enough time. As soon as he lost, he got out the ring and was like, "Yeah, man, you deserve it," and he was gone.
Yeah.
After that, the camera focused on Drew telling Punk to suck it and talking to his wife and everything else. Seth was gone. Seth took his L and went to the back and started getting his hair done.
Because I thought about it, I was like, wait. Like, don't get me wrong. I do know there are sprays that you can spray in your hair to give yourself a temporary color just for a hot second. Like, I've done it to my daughters for Halloween and shit like that. Made their hair hot pink with the fucking spray or whatever. But I ain't never seen a blonde. But I'm just saying, that looked like it was coming from the root.
I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, if he knows he ain't coming back. I mean, if you know, because the rumor is he's going to be off for the next 4 weeks. If you know you're going to be off for the next month, hell, I'll die. You do whatever the fuck you want. Dye your hair, because by the time you come back, it's going to be gone. that blonde streak is going to be, that might be a foreshadowing. Maybe he's going to keep it. What's going to be the evolution of Seth Rollins now that he is no longer the champion? Because he lost that title, so he basically has lost his identity low-key. He came back. The next time we saw him, the nigga was Shield Seth Rollins. So what the hell is you about to be, Seth? Are you still the revolutionary? Are you the architect? What are you now? What are you about to be? Same with Roman. You ain't the tribal chief. You ain't the champion. I mean, because you probably are still the tribal chief, but you're not the champion. So what are you about to be? What are you about to be? They're both about to be in exciting chapters in their careers. This is a new beginning for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of exciting new chapters, that's the perfect segue to go into what happened on Monday night. As we talked a little bit about it on Tuesday, the draft is going to be starting this month.
Yeah,
and the foreshadowing that we have seen, especially this Monday, it looks like HBK and that kick-ass NXT is about to lose damn near half their roster. It's about they were. I'm joking. I'm exaggerating, of course, with the half their roster. But the one thing I can say is at least Tripp's saying that he wants these people to come up. That means he's legit been watching, not just going off a reaction like how Vince used to do, like the way we talked about it the other day on the I think it was a Tuesday podcast, like how Vince would see somebody get a clap for like 20 seconds and be like, "Oh yeah, they're ready, call them up."
No,
like
how legit logical call-ups. The people that are like right now being called up or declaring for the draft for the people that would have been getting called up if it was still situation NXT and Vince's main roster. Right, Roxanne, regardless if she's champion or not, she need to go.
Right.
They put the one on her that meant she was going to be a transitional champion. It's going to be Julia, whatever her name is, or whoever. It's not going to be Roxanne for long.
No,
they already announced that the next show is NXT Spring Breaking. So if anything, people's title reigns got about 2-3 weeks left on them. Dragunov is going to be. They had Dragunov. They shocked us by having Dragunov show up
on Monday,
Nakamura, which tells me Nakamura is washed. Unfortunately, he is done being any type of
threat for anything
player in WWE. Like, he's cool. He's a throwback. He's a good time, feel good act now, but they ain't about to be doing nothing all of substance for now, I think.
Which
but
is
Dragunov, he has declared himself for the NXT draft, so I'm pretty sure he's about to be gone. Him and Mello, not him and Mello.
Braun, after the match with them losing against Axiom and Frazier.
Yeah, Braun gave his farewell to the NXT crowd after that match. They already put it up on on all their social media. So he's he was already signed to SmackDown anyway.
SmackDown, right?
So it's Mello is the only person who hasn't been announced or anything, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be on Mondays because it's unfair for SmackDown to have everybody. But with the draft, who knows? Yeah, Dragunov, Trick. They could be either getting ready to put the belt on Trick, or this is their way of getting Trick on the main roster because Trick said if he loses to Dragunov in a few weeks at NXT Spring Breaking, he will leave NXT. Next week, he's facing Mello in a steel cage match. That is their way of writing Mello's ass off unless they gonna have Melo go to NXT Spring Breaking.
In a triple threat.
Because the draft, the WWE draft is the 26th and the 29th.
That Friday and Monday.
And then Backlash is May the 4th. Be with you. And then Spring Breaking gotta be some point in the next 3 weeks. It's either 16, it ain't 16, it's either the 23rd, 30th, or it could even be on the 7th if they want to get that freaky. I'll look it up because they shocked me with NXT Spring Breaking. But yeah, it's gonna be some folks moving. Where?
Oh yeah. Don't know, but I'm excited with the fact that with Trips now, of course, having full creative control and stuff like that, and we see the vision that he's trying to go with the company and the type of matches we get and the type of stories we get. I'm excited because now we know that these call-ups won't get lost in the shuffle.
NXT Spring Breaking is a 2-week special, 23rd and the 30th.
Okay. What you call it? These new call-ups won't get lost in the shuffle the way that old call-ups did. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, we've said it 1,000,001 times. Like, the best NXT call-ups have been the 4 Horsewomen and Kevin Owens. That's it. Everybody. Oh, and Finn. Right. I was going to say Finn. 4 Horsemen, Kevin Owens, Finn. Those have been the best call-ups that has happened. You know what I mean? And everybody else definitely gets lost in the shuffle. And it was mainly because Vince wasn't paying attention to the characters down there. You know what I mean?
Everybody in that early class of NXT, basically everybody that are main eventers now that are the old heads, like Roman, Charlotte, Bailey, all of them made sense. Like Seth, Dean, and Roman made sense. They were just, those are the 3 guys from NXT, but why are they together? And then they told us why they were together. Bailey came up last, but the first 3 all showed up together on 3 different teams. It made sense. But after that, like Kenny said, the wheels fell off. Certain people, only certain wrestlers made sense. A lot of folks just fell to the wayside.
Perfect example, Nakamura.
Nakamura started off great. He floundered after he lost at WrestleMania. After that, Vince was done with him. And now, I mean, they got him back hot again once he started fighting Seth. But the fact that Dragunov just came out there and beat his ass, somehow you're done. Like, all right, you're not gonna be no top dude again. Like that dude that we saw win the Royal Rumble and almost beat AJ. Yeah, we're not gonna get that again. We'll get it every so often.
Yeah, Naki is a gatekeeper. Like he's Dolph.
Basically,
he's Dolph.
Like you're gonna go out there and you're gonna put some seasoning on this guy. Let's see if he's really main roster ready. So go out there and have a match with Nakamura. And he did, and he beat his ass. But
it's like how I joked about how this version of NXT is like Saved by the Bell of the college years. Now that Trips is in charge, has total control, Raw and SmackDown is going to be Saved by the Bell of the adult years. It's just going to be the adult years now.
It's basically
you're going to see these guys come from being young, getting their development down in the NXT. Now, for example, Braun Breaker. We see how he's flourished over the past couple of years. We're going to finally see that on SmackDown.
And that's for me and Mike especially, this is basically us getting this. We're basically, I mean, I ain't gonna say me and Mike. I mean, for all of us, we're all seeing a whole nother generation because we ain't seen the generation of Rock, Stone Cold, all them. They've aged out. They're running the show. The people like John Cena are all gone except for Randy Orton. They're like LeBron in them. That's basically LeBron in them.
Yep.
They are my age. And then now the people like Roman, the people that replaced them, Roman, Seth, Dolph, all those sorts of folks, they're slowly gone. Becky, all those sorts of folks. They trying to have kids. If they ain't got them, they disappearing. And now it's up to the folks like Braun. Cody got to be the old head because he was he's in my age range. He's in that Roman Seth age range, but he's still fairly young. He's still fairly young, and he's still a new name. He's leading the new era for Braun, Mello, Sammy, Loki. Sammy,
all right. Matt, shut up, Matt. Matt, shut up, Matt. Right. Because by you doing that, you're reminding me how much older I am. So the people that you and Mike started off with, I seen the motherfuckers who handed it down to them. So I'm like, shut up, damn it! You making me feel even older than what I am. I'm sitting here going back like shit. I remember motherfucking Iron Sheik. He talking about The Rock. Like I was around when Iron Sheik was prime time, baby. Like you ain't seen nothing like a prime Coco Beware, nigga. Like that's the time of boy.
The Shield went from being the young upstart Hounds of Justice to the old Hounds of Justice. Like they are all old now. Low-key. I started 2012.
I started watching wrestling when Bret Hart wasn't bitter and he was in his 20s.
And he had a white wife.
Right. And actually lived in Canada still.
That man got a black wife, smokes weed, hates Goldberg, don't wrestle no more.
Like that's when I was like, Roddy Piper didn't have a belly when I started watching.
And R.I.P. to you, Roddy. That's all.
Right. Like Roddy didn't have a. Roddy was out here making movies. Okay, Matt, you made me just shit. Because when you said that,
hey, these folks like John Cena just said on the Pat McAfee show earlier this week that he is busy all the way up until December, and then once December hits, he is hoping that Hollywood recognizes he ain't trying to do nothing. He's trying to do one last run with WWE, and then he's done. He's retiring. So 2024, 2000.
Right.
Is the end of the road for the GOAT. The GOAT is going to be done. And then at that point, Randy Orton is literally LeBron.
Literally.
He'll be the last one standing. Edge, if you want to put Edge and Christian and all them, but they in some other place.
You know what? Matt, since you mentioned it, let's just go right on over there to them. All right, folks.
Other place and the bullshit they put on yesterday.
All right, folks.
Release this bullshit ass footage. Wasting time.
Matt going in, boy.
I said when they did it, it was going to be a lose-lose situation.
Here's the thing, folks.
Did they get ratings off of this? No. They didn't get 1 million viewers off of this bullshit. Did they get good? Did they get? Hold
on. We gotta tell the people. We gotta tell the people what we talking about first. All right, cause see, I knew it. I knew somebody was gonna say this right here. All right, for everyone, Kenesha and everyone who does not know, yesterday on AEW. The whole thing that's going around and all the wrestling news is AEW showed the exclusive, real, not fake, it was actual footage. It was real. The
actual bullshit ass footage of this.
The actual footage of the altercation between Jungle Jack Perry and CM Punk backstage, and where Tony Khan feared for his life. Now, it was the actual footage before
Bullshit.
they show the footage. The Young Bucks are cutting the promo. I give it. Mike, I see what you were talking about. Because I watched it today because I was at work when it was aired, so I couldn't watch it yesterday. But I watched it today, and I see what you were talking about. How they turned the whole footage thing into a promo against FTR. Like you said, they try. I liked how they tried to do that. I'm not gonna lie, I did like that. I did like how they were like, you know what, this was all FTR's fault. They did that to get us distracted. That's why we got it. I like the direction they were trying to go. Now, I will say this. Matt Jackson did say something that was kind of funny. He said the altercation. Well, I wouldn't really call it altercation. I call it more of a little high school scrap. And he wasn't lying. It really was a little a high school scrap. In the video, you see CM Punk approach. We can't show because Tony Khan, after releasing the video, has taken the shit down from just about every website.
Yeah, that's what pissed me off when me and Greg were talking about it on Tuesday. I basically said it was a lose-lose situation. There's no way, because I watched the interview with Punk, and the way Punk described it, I'm like, all right, that just sounds like it's ass. Like, just to keep it straight, real, it just sounds like it's ass. Like, that don't sound like no fucking fight. That just sounds like, that don't sound like something I want to see. That just sounds like an old man who was irritated, like, boy, get out my face. I ain't trying to do nothing to you. What you gonna do?
Hold on. And I see what you're saying, but at the same time, it looks bad on both ends. It looks bad.
It looks bad. Like,
because the way the main reason why it looks bad is because Punk made the first move. That's what makes it look bad. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean, Punk looks bad. They could have just let Punk say, if Punk just said that without them just saying the footage, I could have got away with saying, oh, that's just Punk being Punk. That's anybody talking about themselves in a fight. Of course, they gonna make themselves sound like they was Roman Reigns almost.
Right.
They gonna make themselves sound like they were the final boss if they were in a fight. Like, yeah, you know what? I choked both of these niggas up, and then I tombstone both of them. I know you didn't. You didn't do all that. Well, okay. You just gonna listen to Punk, be like, oh, okay, yeah, what's up? AEW could have just shut it up from that point, but they had to get the last word. And they're like, you know what? Since he's talking shit, we're gonna release the footage. And now it just makes both of them look bad because not only did Punk actually do what he said, and he did make the first move, well, y'all just revealed that y'all just look like some just dumbasses because that's not making y'all look good either. Y'all just like, okay, this dude choked this guy up. He scared y'all's boss. I don't even like that. Wasn't even nothing to be scared about. That was just a regular ass fight. That was a high school.
It wasn't
fight.
even like you said, a high school scrap. It wasn't even it wasn't even a high school fight. That was get off me first. Get off me first. No, you get off me first. No, you push me first. No, like
that was just a slight kerfuffle.
Right.
Like, that's something you see on the subway almost. Like that's a
Nah, not a bit. Nah. Shit you see on the subway here is real. Like you see some real shit on the subway up here.
I'm saying the minor stuff. We ain't saying people getting shot and all that. This is like, like, hey.
Getting shot is minor.
You know what I meant.
With the shit that we see,
like, the way they hyped that up, it didn't make them seem like that was nothing. Like that was literally just a minor altercation. Like the fact that Tony Khan said he was scared for his life, that was nothing to be scared for his life about. Like that's something I could see literally like I said, on public transit, the subway, the bus, that's something that you can see anywhere. And it's not like people gonna have a disagreement and then they done. Like that's literally what happened. They broke them up and it was done. CM
The
Punk
funny
had
part
the last
is
show and he quits.
I'm still trying to figure out where Tony Khan was scared for his life at. Like, at what point of that makes you scared for your life?
He's the drama queen.
That
He's
coke
the
was
fucking drama
that coke
queen.
was a motherfucker in London, huh?
That's all. Well, it was just like nobody. Like they did all that, and it just makes them look bad because one. Well, even after they did that, they released it, and I didn't watch Dynamite because I knew it would end up on Twitter. I watch it on Twitter. I see people put CM Punk's description over the video. I see Ariel Helwani, and if y'all don't know who Ariel Helwani is, he is an actual fight sports writer. He writes on boxing, combat sports, and wrestling, and all that. He shared the video of CM Punk on his show describing the fight, and he put it over the footage that AEW released. Right when he released it, he said, "Oh, look at that." He retweeted it with that, and then he quote tweeted it and said, "Oh, I'm sorry if y'all aren't able to see this. All of a sudden, I have been hit with copyright strikes from some pesky lawyer in Jacksonville, Florida." As soon as I saw that, I said, "Okay, so y'all hyped up this whole thing of getting everybody to watch y'all release this footage, and now because it's not going the way that y'all wanted it to go, because everybody is tearing that ass up on social media, and we're laughing at it. Now y'all gonna sit up here and be like, copyright.
No.
Copyright.
You know what it is?
I'm going home.
You know what it is? No, they're only letting it be shown where they can get money at. Because if you go to the TBS app, which is where I watch the Dynamite replay,
they know the people that they want to show it, like TMZ.
Exactly. They can make money off of that. If they can't make money from every time they can't make money from every time Dick and Harry retweeting it on Twitter. They can't make money. As famous as Ariel is, or whatever the case may be, he's not a business. He's not a corporation.
They just suck at publicity at this point. They think any publicity is good publicity, and this is just bad publicity on their part. They're trying to say this is to drum up interest in this in their match versus FTR. No, it's not. We don't care about that match. Like, we understand it's for the tag team titles, but y'all didn't need to release this. This was just y'all being petty. Tony Khan, then it's some rumor or something that somebody shared saying that Tony Khan was against this. Come on now.
No, he wasn't.
Why would anybody believe that Tony Khan was against this and the Young Bucks were just wanting to release this to be petty?
Exactly.
Everybody trying to be petty.
It's like I've always said about this fucking company. Since the beginning, they do shit for shock value. They had no intentions on, their only intentions was to have people talking about it.
Like I honestly could see the Bucks not trying to have this out that be put out, then Tony Khan not wanting this to be put out. Because he didn't mention, in that story, does CM Punk mention the Bucks? Does he say anything about the Bucks? He says Tony Khan is mentioned and Jungle Boy is mentioned. Ain't nobody else mentioned. So that was my whole thing. They're like, well, the Tony Khan is against it. No, Tony Khan is for it.
He's for it. He's for it. He's the boss. He's the one that does everything. He's the final say. Ain't nobody making him do anything. He is the final say. He's the final boss. Exactly.
It ain't the Young Bucks. They're the executive vice presidents.
He's the motherfucking owner.
He's doing the dirty work.
And this was what pissed me off. And Kenny I said it earlier, and Kenny told me to slow down. They did all this for publicity. They didn't even get 1 million viewers for this show. It got like 800,000 viewers. The show did not even get 1 million viewers. You didn't even get that. So, what was the point? Like,
they fucked up by showing it the third segment in.
Yeah, they showed it right before the hour mark.
Countdown clock for it. Everybody was like, they're counting down to the segment. And at this point, I already knew. I'm like, it can't be this good. It cannot be this good that I gotta have a countdown clock. This is not going to be as good as y'all think it's going to be. And when I saw it, I'm like, that is nothing. That is not.
What?
It was a shove. It was a shove and a lighthearted punch thrown by Punk. And then they immediately got broken apart.
Here's the thing. But what do we expect from the company that gave us the exploding ring? Remember that? They hyped up the whole barbed wire exploding ring. They hyped up this whole video. I've seen better fights in pre-K.
And
it's like
I said on Tuesday, I just didn't. When they said they were going to release the footage, how are you? I still don't understand. Like, that was part of the reason. Oh, they're doing copyright strikes. All right, you're doing copyright strikes because you're disclosing something that you signed a non-disclosure agreement about? Is that why you're doing copyright strikes? Maybe. Why are y'all releasing something that you had the whole NDA for? You broke a non-disclosure agreement for 800,000 viewers. For 800,000 viewers and a bunch of embarrassment because everybody and their mama is flaming y'all's asses now.
And guess what, y'all?
You fear for your life over a kindergarten fight.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Guess what, Tony? This ain't the old CM Punk. He's cool with people now. He got them WWE lawyers behind him now for when he sues y'all for breaking that NDA to get his money.
That man literally went into that interview with Ariel Helwani and said, I'm only going to, he said, what all can you talk about? He said, I can talk about some stuff. He said, I'll just talk about what I can talk about. He was like, all right, take over. CM Punk told that story and went as closest to the line as he thought as he could go. And these fuckers decided to say, you know what? Fuck that line. We're just going to cross it because he pissed us off. How didn't he?
Habitual line stepper got kicked in the chest.
For 800,000 viewers.
They crossed the line and wound up with egg on their fucking face.
And mind you, not only did this show have this footage, this show had two women kissing. It had Mercedes Moné get jumped and then moan.
Yeah.
Moan like something was going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like 800,000 viewers. And you got Adam Copeland. And if you don't know who that is, it's also known as You Think You Know Me, Edge. But 800,000 viewers. And y'all got a pay-per-view.
Hold on. Can we go back to that
next week.
The Mercedes moaning?
Yeah.
They got a pay-per-view next week. AEW Dynasty. And they got the nerve to announce the rest of their pay-per-view schedule. They got a pay-per-view next month. They got a pay-per-view in June. They got a pay-per-view in July. They don't. They don't have a payper-view in July. They take July off, I guess, for America. But August, they right there for all whichever one. And then the next week is all whichever the opposite. Then they got something in October. Then they got something in November. Then they got something in December. I'm like, oh my goodness. They're the only company I know that has operated backwards. They hustle backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all started out with 4 shows, and instead of just keeping those 4 shows, y'all decided to be like, you know what? We want to do a TV show now. Just keep your little 4 pay-per-views. Now, and then you get your TV show. All right, keep handling that. You know what? We want to do a whole nother show. No, just handle your 1 show. All right, you got 2 shows. We want to do a 3rd show. Why do you need 3 shows? Then you got Battle of the Belts. Why do you have a Battle of the Belts? Nobody cares about that now because you have all these other shows. We also have ROH. How about you give ROH one of those time slots?
Hold on. Now, I will say this, though. I will say this though, at the ROH Supercard of Honor, TK did do right by putting the belt on Mark Briscoe on the anniversary of his brother.
Yeah, that was honestly that match and the match with Billy Starks becoming the first women's world TV champion. Those were honestly the two best matches of that card. I'm glad that
Right.
Battle of the Belts is this Saturday in Highland Heights. Highland Heights, Kentucky, y'all.
Yeah.
But they did do right by Mark Briscoe. I'm glad they are going to finally have. They're doing something with Ring of Honor. I hope they continue to. They just need to get them on TV. Get that brand on TV.
You know what? I liked the Athena versus Sheeta match too.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good match. I like that match. Y'all know I've always been a very hard critic of Athena. Y'all know that.
Right.
Since being in Ring of Honor, she has done a full 180. I feel that she has finally found her rhythm. So that way she doesn't hurt herself. Because she really wasn't hurting anybody else but her fucking self.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm glad to see that she figured out how not to hurt herself. Because she's good. She's held down Ring of Honor. So bravo to her. I enjoyed that match. And of course, I definitely was happy Mark Briscoe beat Eddie.
And they better have Tony Khan. He wouldn't be alive right now if he had Eddie Kingston. He'd been tore up.
Nah, listen, it wouldn't have surprised me because TK be trying to pull Vince moves.
He don't.
I wouldn't be surprised.
We'll have to give up booking, or somebody's going to have to do something because they can't. He's going to have to stop being their Vince. He can't be Triple H.
What would you do? What would y'all think if Vince wound up working with Tony Khan?
Hell would officially freeze over.
Yeah, hell is froze over. Also, Vince sold some more stock, by the way, today, everybody. So he sold $300 million worth of stock. So he's still rich. Just getting that settlement money ready, as far as I'm concerned. Just getting all that
getting that lawyer money.
Yeah, you get the lawyer and settlement money.
But the lawyer may not be, because when you that rich, you keep a lawyer on retainer. Right. You just pay a lawyer just to be around, just in case.
I know this WrestleMania weekend we saw Stephanie. I saw Linda's. I saw a picture of Linda. Somebody took a picture of Stephanie and Linda and someone else. I was like, all right, then, Linda. So I'm like, hey, Linda looking good. She's in good health. Looks like good spirits. Stephanie's in good health, good spirits. Stephanie, like, everybody was praying on the downfall of Stephanie and Triple H's marriage, and that's why she came out there basically reconfirmed, like, hey, he's still hitting this, so back off. I don't know why anybody was thinking they would divorce. Like, no. But yeah, everybody doing well in the McMahon family except for Vince. Yeah, he about to go to jail.
Yeah, because they've gotten out of that damn shadow. They've separated themselves from Vince, at least in the public eye. And
yeah, they definitely have. And I mean, they did a great job. This being the first WrestleMania without the first man WrestleMania.
And you know what? And you know what? This whole weekend, actually, this past few weeks, I haven't had one solitary thought about Vince.
Good.
That's how it should be.
Exactly. Like, I haven't had one. Exactly. That's how it should be. I haven't had one thought about Vince whatsoever.
And that's
all
how
I thought about is What is Triple H and HBK going to do with this weekend?
You know what though? As fans, we shouldn't even be thinking about what the owners were doing to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, we were invested in these stories. We were invested in the outcome of these stories. Like, all right, are they finally going, like you said, Mike? Are they finally, what are Triple H and HBK going to do? But we were invested in the stories. We a good owner and a good businessman knows how to run his business without having to be, like Suge said, you don't want your manager all in your videos, all on your TV screen.
That's basically how Vince got to be after a while.
Well, Vince, he incorporated himself into the storyline, Mr. McMahon. And for all those years, we saw Vince on TV on a regular basis. So we just so happy we had no choice but to think about the owner because we saw the fucking owner on our TV screens every week.
Damn sure did.
At least with Tony Khan, every now and then he'll be on screen for an announcement. He'll give an announcement. His problem is he lives on fucking Twitter.
Yeah,
that's his problem. He has the deadly case of the Twitter fingers.
Yeah.
Oh, if you go to a live show, you're seeing Tony Khan. He's there and he's coming out every show.
Not gonna see Triple H. You're not gonna see Triple H. Like we saw Triple H. This is the most we've seen him since he was in the Authority, or he was an active wrestler. We have not seen him this much behind the scenes since those moments. Like, and I probably won't see him pretty much anymore.
No more.
And we will see him again probably until SummerSlam. Or it's the WWE draft. Unless they do something for the draft. He might show up for the draft. And that's it. And we probably
that's what I was going to say. We'll see him for the draft. But once the draft is over, he's going to be backstage.
Right. We're not going to see him again unless a title changes hands. He's going to be there.
You'll see him on Instagram and Twitter.
Right.
But yeah, and that's how it's supposed to be. To Kenny's point, a good owner is not to be seen, but you know he or she is making the impact.
I mean, yeah, he's the chief content officer, so he's just working on content.
It's like with Shawn Michaels. Every now and then you'll see Shawn Michaels tweet, and every now and then you may see him. They may show him backstage in Gorilla.
Yeah, he saw that ball headed skittle diddle.
That's why he's not being GM. He honestly, he's like, I don't want to be on camera. He's like, yeah, people can understand that I run NXT, but I don't need to be the on-screen GM of NXT. Like, no, it's not needed.
Right. We know
now
we
got
Abe. We know he's there.
Right.
We don't have to see him. We know that HB Shizzle is in the hizzle.
He damn is. He damn sure is.
But yeah, Tony Khan, you're a pussy. Okay. I said it. I said it in the group last night, and I'm saying now, Tony Khan, you're pussy. Fear for your life, really. Nothing that Punk did in that situation caused you to fear for your life.
It made AEW look bad. Like it was a lose-lose situation. There was no way they were going to come out of this thinking, "Oh, we're going to look so great," because you didn't. You just got more eyeballs on CM Punk, and now everybody is going to be waiting to see CM Punk's next appearance on WWE television because his little response with George Bush with the thumbs up, putting up mission accomplished. That was fine. That was funny. But I need him to verbalize. I need to hear him comment.
Oh, you know he's gonna say something petty.
He gotta say. I need him to be petty at this point. The pettiness, because he took the high road. This is the one time where you can say this man tried to do right and go as far as he could go without getting in trouble. And they just and the people that he just trying not to get in trouble with decide to be the line steppers and then make themselves look like fools.
Mm-hmm.
They could have just not said anything and been like, "Yep, we don't hear anything about a Punk. We don't care about that guy. He doesn't work here anymore."
Or nope, they want to go into it and be little bitches, and that's what happens.
And now folks are like, I don't blame folks for questioning it now because at this point, are y'all in cahoots with each other? Why are y'all doing this? Why are y'all talking about each other? Like, why would anybody be talking about somebody in the other company unless y'all are working together? And I'm like, I hope not, but I don't think they are. I just think AEW being just stupid.
Punk on his last rope. He ain't fucking that up. To be in cahoots with fucking Nicholas and Matthew Jackson. And Tony fucking Khan.
That was just like I don't think AEW and WWE. WWE will work with other wrestling companies. I don't think they're gonna work with AEW.
No. Ever.
Hell no. Hell fucking no.
They not. Yeah, they definitely.
Ever. It's a dub on that.
Right. We got a better. Yeah, that's a wrap. We've never seen those two entities come together.
At this point, ain't no number two company. It's just WWE. Because AEW is continuous. Dynasty better deliver. Like, they got to do more than just crown Swerve as champion. Because that's just going to be like, well, that we've been knowing that was going to happen. So what else y'all going to do?
It's not even just Dynasty. They need to deliver every month, except for July, because
yeah, basically
they need to deliver every month because now. And here's the thing: you have these shows now, and you've been so inconsistent with your writing. Kenny's always said this: they need writers. How the fuck you gonna have an interview every month without any proper writing?
I told
right. You had no.
The schedule they had of just having 4 shows, but no, they've expanded they had so much expansion to the point that they didn't need it. They had a rapid expansion. There was no point for them going to. They don't even have house shows. They still don't have house shows, but yet they have 3 shows on national television. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You have the majority of the year for pay-per-views, but you don't have house shows.
And house shows are a huge moneymaker. That's a huge moneymaker in terms of ticket sales and merch sales.
Like, any other wrestling company would be like, oh, we're going to start off with little mini shows, and then we're going to start trying to have house shows. And then, or if they started off the way they were doing, just have Dynamite every week. And then have your pay-per-views. And just have your little 4 pay-per-views, quarterly pay-per-views. Mm-hmm. Then start doing Battle of the Belts. Then start doing house shows. Then flesh out the pay-per-view schedule. No, y'all don't. Y'all just said, hey, we'll just figure it out as we go along. Yeah, and they had the added extra ability of the damn pandemic.
Mm-hmm. And you know something, Matt? The biggest benefit of the house shows is you get to build rapport with each other.
So that way you don't killing each other when you get in the ring. You don't have shit happen when somebody has a concussion every goddamn match.
Going off of the chemistry y'all built in an indie match in 2019.
Exactly. You get to use those house shows on a random Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, so that Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, and you can build rapport. So that once you're on live television on Wednesday or on Saturday, to Kenny's point, you're not fucking each other up. You don't have to bring out a stretcher every other goddamn match. People ain't getting bumped upside the dome piece.
Basically, and also
fucking blood.
And also, like you guys said, you build rapport with your fans. Perfect example. No Way Jose. He was not the greatest wrestler in NXT, but guess what? Because of those house shows, the way he used to get the crowd into it, getting the crowd going around doing a conga line, doing that damn dance. No, wait, Jose. No, wait, Jose. That made his character get over. So that way you were invested in him. Like you need to do something to make us invested in your wrestlers besides the fact that we know Pac is a dope ass wrestler. Okay?
That's their problem. They try so hard to be the wrestler. They're the alternative, and they're like they try to be the alternative, but then they get mad that nobody knows who any of their people are because at the same time, well, y'all the alternative, and everybody who likes y'all's people, they're hardcore fans. Y'all consider the people that likes everybody in AEW. Oh, you're a real fan. You're a hardcore fan. You're a hardcore wrestling fan. You like real wrestling. Well, then y'all get mad if people don't know anybody. Like, oh, you don't really like wrestling. I don't know who this person is. My bad.
You know what AEW needs that they don't have besides writers, but I guess writers would be something that they would need for this. They need gimmicks. They need gimmicks.
They have gimmicks. Gimmicks are doo-doo.
The only gimmick that I can honestly see is Orange Cassidy, yo. And that's not even a gimmick anymore.
I said that was and that's his gimmick. All the people that have popular gimmicks, that's stuff that they built on their own. There ain't nothing that's like a Tony Khan concept because he's not all he can know how to do. I feel like it's just write stories. He don't know how to build nobody's gimmick. That's why that shit sucks half the fucking time. Because it's all everybody just doing their own fucking ideas. You be like, who the fuck came up with this shit? Them. That's why they looking like dude. You like, ugh.
Let me ask you a question. Does AEW have a comic relief wrestler? Like how WWE has like a R-Truth or
it was Orange Cassidy, and then they made him serious, and they don't got nobody like that. Danhausen, I guess. Danhausen replaced him because they made Orange Cassidy serious.
I seen Danhausen. Danhausen can't even. Can't even say Danhausen because they've been making him wrestle. Right?
They make like Danhausen is like the way his music and the way he comes out. I'm like, and everybody gets all excited. I'm like, okay, he's on. Like he has to be the comic relief. I don't think he's funny, but
he's just a creep.
I don't even. He's fun. He's not even funny. He's just there, but.
Right.
People like
if
I say like if I probably told them I don't think he's funny, they're like, oh, you just don't get it. You're not a real fan. I'm like, yeah, because I didn't watch this guy's gimmick on the indies. A lot of those folks in AEW, I had to have watched all their stuff on the indies and in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla and all those other places for me to really understand their concepts. And honestly, a lot of I ain't doing all that. The people that I saw during that time are the people that are in AEW, like the Bucks, Adam Page, Kenny Omega. They're the old heads of AEW. Mm-hmm. I ain't looking at these new folks. Like a lot of these new people, they better tell me why they good, or they better show me why they good.
And that's
I'm not gonna look up your history.
and that's what makes WWE the creme de la creme. One of the main reasons why they're the creme de la creme. They have rollouts. Even if a wrestler is returning, had been there in a while, they still give them a rollout.
Sheamus this week, they put that thing up. It said Fight Night. It basically said Fight Night is coming soon. Mm-hmm. It's time.
They give them rollouts. Like they.
Speaking of that, Matt, I'm pretty sure you have it pulled up already. Who's supposed to be fighting tomorrow night on SmackDown?
Oh, they ain't said nothing about SmackDown.
I know. I've been trying to look for it. I've been looking for it all day. They've been keeping this on the hush hush. They haven't said anything.
They do it just like they did Raw. So SmackDown will probably be just one big question mark. We might get Cody. We might. I'll probably say
we'll definitely get Cody because he's definitely going to do a celebration.
We'll probably get Cody. We'll probably get all the champions. You definitely go get Cody.
You might get Braun.
You'll definitely get might get A-Town Down Under. I don't see how the new tag champions don't show up on SmackDown.
We did not speak about that match. in depth. I'm not mad at either champ. I mean, I'm fantasy stand wise, of course, I would have rather bait and done, but not mad at either champ as far as like it made sense. They needed a proper way to split up the belts. That was a great way and a smart way to split up the belt.
Yeah, because you knew that we all knew that Awesome Truth was going to win one of those belts. So it was smart to have the heel team win. The team that nobody likes, it was smart for them to win first. Get the crowd pissed off, boo Waller, boo,
Right.
and just let it
But
get
then that way, and then the match continued. So instantly they went up on the next ladder and they were like, well, they could unify the belts again. I'm like, well, if they do that, they're gonna definitely be hated. But they're not doing that. I already know they're not doing that. They're not stupid. Triple H isn't dumb.
Right.
Fox said we want our belt.
Yeah, possibly for the time being till it's USA's belt.
Let me ask y'all a question because I've been thinking about this all day. Considering that WWE that Raw will be streamed on Netflix soon, where do you think Cody's going to get drafted?
He's going to Raw. He's going to be on Raw.
Yeah, he's going with whoever he's going to whatever spot paid the most money.
He is the face of the company, because Roman is basically John Cena now. Like not John Cena, like not current John Cena. He is basically like Rock John Cena because of how often he shows up. Like he's just gotten to that status. So now Cody is the person who will be there every single day to carry the WWE banner. So he's definitely going to be on Raw. Damian Priest, if he's still champion, whoever it is, whoever y'all get ready, whoever SmackDown's going to USA, yeah, it used to mean something to be the face of USA, but that was when USA had Raw. But you'll be the face of USA on SmackDown, baby.
Exactly.
And then whoever's on NXT, y'all get ready to be the face of the CW.
I was thinking about that earlier. I'm like, well, Raw going on Netflix, they're going to make sure. You want to see Cody? You got to pay to see Cody.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay to see Cody.
I'm already hoping. I'm hoping they do this so I can just be able to get rid of it.
Right.
They put Raw on Netflix, and then the Peacock contract runs out, and they say Netflix has bought the rights to the WWE library, and now WWE everything is on Netflix, and then my money will completely go over to Netflix.
I am waiting for them to go over to Netflix so that way I can do my phone upgrade, because part of my new plan with my phone upgrade is Netflix is a part of my service.
Oh yeah.
So once that happens, boom, and I can get rid of Peacock, because I don't watch shit on Peacock except for fucking WWE.
Yeah.
I don't watch nothing. Peacock is yeah, unfortunately. Got
the draft coming up in a couple weeks. That's going to be interesting. USA continues to be petty because you saw what happened after Raw.
They cut these motherfuckers off at 11 on the dot.
Yeah, I guess on Mondays because they let NXT run long, so they were just being petty for Raw. They had a hard end date. I wouldn't be shocked because all them other weeks going with Rock, the last 2 weeks, I guess, with Rock showing up, they probably ran over. They said, yeah, y'all, I don't give a damn if it is the Raw after Mania. Y'all got to end at 11 because we ain't gave y'all leeway these other 2 weeks.
Yo,
USA ready to evict those niggas. Like, man, y'all time's about up.
What about NXT is staying on USA?
Yeah, they're on there. Then they go to the CW. I think they're on there until October. They're on there until October, and then Raw moves to Netflix in January. And then by that time, that's when everything starts switching. The big switch is NXT later this year. So they'll be down. They'll be down to one show. They got 2 shows for now. Then October they'll be down to 1 show, and then by January they'll have no shows. But then by that point, Fox should be ending. They should be getting SmackDown. And then Fox ain't gonna have nothing. Fox already announced what they're gonna have on Friday nights. It's gonna be college basketball.
No views.
They said we don't give a shit. I'm gonna watch this college basketball.
Well, fellas, I think we've been electrifying for the night. What do y'all think?
Oh, yes.
Folks,
Yeah.
Folks, don't forget to follow us at facebook.com/Under the Ring Pod and twitch.tv/Under the Ring Pod. Don't forget, we do our shows throughout the week. Folks, there may be something special coming for you very soon. We're not going to tell you about it. You'll just, if you follow us, you'll be able to know about it. And also, don't forget, you can follow us at Linktree/Under the Ring Pod. There you'll find the man behind the boards. That'll be Mr. Greg Bush. Go on his page, give him all the clicks. He may have been at home, but the man still has been writing. So
Right.
give him those clicks. You got me, Rock Ribs 44. You got Mike, Mr. Fresh Beard, talks about any and everything going on in the community and around the world, folks. You got the man with the beer in his hand, the Laker fan, the man with the Titan stand. The right answer, Matty Rage, right there. You got our street team captain, Tito Boriel Maliente, and our local correspondent down there in the dirty South, Mr. Justin D. Baxley. Thank you. Oh, Kanisha, you don't thank us for the title. You earned it. You made the picks. We ain't do nothing. I know from now on, I'm cheating off for your ass.
Come back next week to defend it.
Right. Don't forget, next week, next Thursday, we will be having a prediction show. So, Kanisha, come back next week so you can defend that belt. And I'm cheating off your picks.
You lucky we ain't making you defend it at Battle of the Belts.
Right, because we do bullshit like that and make us defend it as some random shit. So now, all right, folks, thank you for joining us. It is always a pleasure. And of course, be safe in anything you do tonight. Be safe in anything you do this weekend. Have fun. Spread love, folks. Plain and simple.
Spread love, bitch.
What up, Frank Thomas?